All right, this next story is a doozy. A California city that is trying to block a Christian group from feeding homeless people. How are we here? How are we here? Nope, I didn't make it up. A California city is trying to block a Christian group from feeding homeless people. Now, the DOJ is weighing in. All right. So this is actually one of my favorite passages from Matthew chapter 25. Jesus said, "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat." Well, for a Christian group serving homeless people in Southern California, the lesson behind that axiom is at the center of a legal battle brewing between the federal government and a city of 310,000 people. Micah's Way serves homeless and low-income people in the city of Santa Ana, California, southeast of Los Angeles, by helping them with getting IDs, mail, and occasionally a hot cup of coffee and a muffin. Why this is significant, by the way, the getting IDs is oftentimes you need IDs to get other services and or you need IDs to get on stuff like SSI or disability or cash aid or food stamps, right? So like they're actually meeting very practical needs for this type of work. And Santa Ana, for context, like it's in Orange County technically, but there's some rough parts of Orange County where there's huge amounts of homelessness because of the cost of living is so high. Sure. But the city is threatening fines, saying Micah's Way is violating zoning rules by handing out food and drink in a professional district. This is bureaucracy at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. They figure if you don't provide food, then you won't be an attraction to the poor and the homeless. And that's why instead of cracking down on the poor and the homeless, they're going after homeless service providers themselves, said Ed Connor, an attorney representing Micah's Way. Now the federal government is weighing in. On Wednesday, the Justice Department filed a statement of interest backing Micah's Way, arguing that the distributing of food and drinks to homeless and poor people as a religious exercise could be a federally protected activity. The DOJ's involvement comes as cities across the country are grappling with growing homeless populations while putting bans in place on tent encampments. In Arizona, a woman was arrested for feeding homeless people without a proper permit. Earlier this year, Missouri banned sleeping in public places like parks or under bridges. Last year, Tennessee became the first state to make it a felony to live in a tent or sleep on state land.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So what happened? What do they do with homeless people?
Well, that's the thing.
What do you incinerate them?
No, it's this whole like. Have you ever heard of the "not in my backyard" people?
No.
So there's this paradigm of people who say they want to help the marginalized, whether that's poor people, whether that's homeless people, whether that's helping people get into affordable housing, but not in their backyard because that would diminish, so they say, the perceived value of their areas. So like, like we want to help homeless people, but like we don't want to build a shelter in this area. Like we want to help homeless people, but we don't want to put affordable housing too close to our zip code. You know what I mean? And so it's a whole pair, especially in the Bay Area where there's a lot of these Palo Alto and those types of areas. They do not want affordable housing in certain zip codes. And this is going to sound racist, but it's not. It's white liberal people. It's a whole paradigm of white liberal people. And it's really sad because it's under the guise of being like about social justice and Black Lives Matter as really long as it doesn't get too close to them. You know what I mean? Wow. And so that's where a lot of this stuff is coming from.
Well.
Around the start of the COVID pandemic, Micah's Way started distributing snack foods and beverages outdoors instead of inside its resource center. It's one of the many services Micah's Way offers, including helping poor and helping homeless people get IDs and birth certificates so they can apply for housing services. That's what I literally just said. That's why that stuff is so important, right? Apply for housing, distributing hygiene kits, and helping buy books for those who want to go to college. Do you know how much books are? You know how expensive books are, bro? For college, they're insane. It's like sometimes upwards of over $100 a textbook. The leader of the volunteer organization waits at the local jail each night for people who are released to offer them services. He believes fervently in helping his fellow man, Connor said. He wears his crucifix around his neck. He's a fixture in the Santa Ana community, known for how much he cares about people and for his tough exterior. He gets up at the crack of dawn every morning so he can answer the phones at Micah's Way whenever people need help. He walks around the streets doing outreach. He stands in the garden outside the resource center and greets the regulars as they pass by. People honk hello from their cars. And then we give them a cup of coffee or something to eat. Is that a crime? He said. During the pandemic, Micah's Way was one of the only service providers with its doors still open. Gosh darn it, man. And so the Justice Department is having to step in and basically saying, like, no, you can't stop this organization from doing this because it's a religious right to feed homeless people.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, and so they're literally cracking down on homeless service, right? Micah's Way is a part of the city's professional or P zone. That means it joins other businesses and establishments, including banks, travel agencies, professional offices, and museums, according to Santa Ana zoning rules. Those businesses commonly give out refreshments, Connor argued. For example, a law firm might offer clients coffee and pastries while they wait. And so instead of dealing with the homeless issue, they're attempting to come down on the organizations giving home services to homeless people.
The wickedness of man, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't insane, man.
I don't know what else you want. It's just humans are gonna find a way to be evil. They just are.
The frustrating part is that humans will find bureaucracy as a way to be evil.
Yeah,
like that's so sad that they'll find, you know what I mean? Like they'll find ways to leverage bureaucracy as a way to manipulate stuff. Somebody just pointed out in the chat, and I've heard this independently, so I know this to be true. But Steph Curry has a lawsuit because he doesn't want apartment buildings behind his property, because he's in this ritzy area of the Bay, and how these areas work in San Diego. I don't know if you know this. In San Diego, whenever they're building luxury homes in a specific zip code, they have to have a certain balance of affordable housing in that same zip code. And so that's how a lot of affordable housing plays. So like San Leo Hills and San Marcos, I'm not sure if you've ever been in that little area. It's a little utopian neighborhood that's really nice. But then they added like 5 different affordable housing apartments. And so you got like $1.5 million homes. And then you can, like, back in the day, we applied for it when me and my wife were newlyweds. I think we got approved for a 2-bedroom apartment for like $450.
Oh, wow.
It's like 2009. And so they do this to level it out so you don't just have like this condensed amount. And whether or not people have, that's right or wrong, is neither here nor there. That's something they try to do in San Diego. So in other parts of the country, they do that, and then they come in and they try to take that away, and they say, not in my backyard, right? Yeah, and so Steph Curry is the most egregious example of that, of like, matter of fact, let's look that up real quick.
That's no bueno. Come on, Steph.
Hey, you want to see something kind of crazy? Over 75% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing and turning your bell notification on so that you don't miss anything we have going here.
Somebody commented, we should bring back the year of Jubilee from Leviticus. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if we could just bring it back. Like, I don't know. I think the rest of the world has to be on board for that. But, you know what I'm saying?
Check this out.
Bring it back.
Here it is. This is crazy. Steph Curry and his wife Aisha are against the idea of low-income housing development near their $30 million mansion in Atherton, California. The Currys opposed the development so strongly that they wrote a letter to the town voicing concerns about their privacy and safety if the development is pushed forward.
I mean, I do also because of the fact that he's like massive celebrity. It's like, it definitely...
You want to look
it could put his family at risk. I understand that.
You want to look at his house and see how close this would be to his house?
Yes, I'd love to do that, actually.
I have a feeling this is nowhere near his crib, bro.
If it's like you can see the crib, I get it. If you can't see the crib, I don't get it anymore. I'm out.
The town of Efferton has opted to upzone a 1.5 acre lot, with the property owner planning to develop 13 3-story townhomes. The townhomes will be looming directly behind us, according to the Currys.
Does that say 13? Oh, I'm blind.
So there's not like. Anyway, we hesitate to add the not in the backyard literally rhetoric, but he wanted to send a note before a meeting. Safety and privacy for our kids and continues to be our top priority and the biggest reason we choose Atherton at home. That's what their letter said. The Currys also stated in their letter that if the project is to move forward, they asked the town to build taller fencing and landscaping to block sight lines into their property. So that's my question. I don't think there's actual sight lines. I don't think there's actual sight lines, but I could be wrong. Let's keep going. I don't blame Steph Curry. I would want folks to live by me either, and I'm from the hood. Well, I mean, that's fair, so let's keep going. I'm no housing developer or councilman, but this entire situation sounds like nothing but a headline grabber involving a liberal California town council wanting others to know they have affordable housing in mind and that they've made an effort, but nothing will actually come of it. Wow. Atherton was ranked as the most expensive zip code in the United States a year ago, according to Forbes. January 36th, and a safe bet that will not be passed. The town accomplished its goal. Wow. So they're basically saying this whole thing was a front. Did you catch that?
Wait.
It's safe to say, so they're saying that this was all just a publicity stunt.
Oh, wow.
I'm no housing development, but this entire situation sounds like nothing but a headline grabber involving a liberal California town wanting others to know they have affordable housing in mind and that they've made an effort, but nothing will actually come of it. Athington was ranked as the most expensive zip code. Council will vote on plan. Safe to bet that it will not be passed. The town accomplished its goal, however, by not letting people know it has low-income families in mind, but even got the Currys involved. As far as the Currys, their opposition to affordable housing near the $30 million mansion is the most expensive zip code in America, is rich in its own right. It's even richer than when you think about the family publicly endorsed Joe Biden. Okay, so yeah, they're going at them for their political affiliation. I'm really curious, how close is this? How close was this to the daggone property?
Curry be wilding out.
Right. So when someone is described as a, they got a whole term for it.
As a NIMBY?
NIMBY?
Oh, that's incredible.
A mile is a 15-minute walk. I'm gonna go on a. A mile is kind of far, fam.
It's a mile. No, they might be right. A mile might be a 15-minute walk. Oh, that's a picture?
Yeah. I'm trying to see exactly how far it is.
Hold on.
16 townhomes on property adjoins the back of 4 of its homes will be reserved for low-income. So it's only 4 out of the 16. Bro, it's only 4 out of the 16 homes on the property. Yo!
It's what?
It's 4 out of the 16 homes on a property would be affordable housing.
Okay.
Bro.
All right.
That is hilarious.
Okay.
4 of the towns will be reserved for low income. Yeah, it's 4. To illustrate is a view of the area in question shot from Google Maps. The massive property in the center, minus the tennis court, is the Curry estate. Okay? You can see their enormous lawn and blacktop basketball courts surrounding a resort-like pool and pool house. I've outlined the red location. So, okay, so they're here, and this is their house, and I guess they were talking about doing it here.
Oh, okay, well.
Let me see. Let's see if they get to how far they are. Hooray for low-income housing, but also considered as California. Low-income housing status is respectively median income, 160. So this is not even low-income housing. This is for people that make a little bit less than 116,000, right? Low income is considered if you make 104,000 or less.
All right.
Yo.
The whole thing's a mess. Because, I mean, when you look at the picture, it actually doesn't seem far. But
that's a big old house, though.
For sure. I mean,
does anybody know how close this is? Like, is that really a mile, or is that really up on his backyard?
That really doesn't look like a mile. That looks like a rock throw, to be honest with you. But what they're considering low income,
that's nuts, dude.
Is like, I mean,
that's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. That's kind of silly. So silly.
Yo, 100,000 is low income?
So basically, he don't want to live near upper middle class people. Get these upper middle class men away from me. That's crazy.
Let me see if
a regular American, get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's right up on them, I could understand.
Yeah, there's no chance that's a mile, bro.
But yeah, it doesn't say.
Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.